Ain't nothing fake over here at Black Hollywood Live. It's time to get real for Being Mary Jane. Cooking it up. Savage. Yes. Bad and bougie. The middle of the week deserves a little bit of ratchet.
That's right.
Always.
If Childish Gambino loves it, I love it. This is Black Hollywood Live. And if you ain't bouncing on a Tuesday, you doing it all wrong. What's going on, family? Black Hollywood Live, Being Mary Jane, and we're bad and bougie, all right? Shout out to our engineer with the DJ skills.
Hey.
We're back for episode 3 of Being Mary Jane here on Black Hollywood Live. I'm your lead host, McCall Hall. You can find me on social media when sports and pop culture collide at McCall Hall. You can find me on Instagram at the McCall Hall of Fame. Now, where can they find the rest of my bad and bougie co-hosts?
Hey, I'm Sarah Lyons. You can find me on Twitter at Sarah Lioness and on Instagram, Sarah_Lioness.
And I'm Paris Rose. You guys can find me on Instagram at Paris Rose.
And I am a new addition to the team here. Thank you very much, ladies, for welcoming me. My name is Tsahai, and you can find me at Say Hi Tsahai on Instagram, Twitter, and sometimes on Snapchat.
So if you're a new addition, would you be like Johnny Gill? Are you Bobby Brown? Like,
No.
what is your...
I'm like, I am...
Are you Mike Bivens?
I'm like Mike Bivens. I'm about my business.
Yes.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I'm
She said she's a new
focused.
addition.
I'm focused.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Like I said off air, had I known we'd have a new African American joining us, I would have made a peach cobbler.
Thank you.
But again, this is Black Hollywood Live. Make sure you guys integrate with us and engage with us on social media at Black Hollywood Live across the board. And check this out. We're also on YouTube. I want to give a shout out to some of our YouTubers. 1 second. So last week we had some lovely folks give us shout outs. Sandy Kess Apia. I probably butchered your name, but yes, Lee does look like Ellis from Girlfriends.
From Girlfriends.
I was looking at him like, God, I've seen that black man somewhere before. Dune, forgive me again, Dune226, shout out to you. Niecy is dumb as hell, but we knew that, but she just needs some guidance. Capria30, thank you so much for the compliment. Smoothie Baby, Lee is not to be trusted. I disagree with that, but I'll tell you later. I'll tell you why.
Yeah,
I'll tell you why.
I didn't get the
I think
shifty
Lee
vibe from him yet.
I think Lee is
I
actually the
did.
most trustworthy one of the whole show.
I hope so.
Jessica Michelle says MJ needs to call Cece. Ain't that right? Remember Cece from last season?
Yes.
Would have put-
Cece would have caught that.
Cece would have been hip to the BS.
Wait a minute. A CC Cardi B showdown would have been amazing.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Could you imagine
No.
Cece with that bowling shirt and the fedora
and the
and
hat and
the little Jerry curl that wasn't quite moisturized?
She was
Right.
always dabbing herself too. It was always hot.
Always.
Because she was getting riled up all the time. That's why.
Bad and bougie. Dune, thank you for the translation. Mia Galloway, thank you for the shout out. Billy, thank you so much for considering this to be exciting. We come here, it's pretty late, it's LA. We grind it out for you guys. So I'm glad you're enjoying it. Tiffany Janice, I do agree. MJ got us toughen up. Put her big girl panties on. Stop taking them off, damn it. Shout out to our girl Paris Rose for making sure everybody was addressed. Thank you so much for taking care of our YouTubers. Also, if you have the iPhone, I don't know much about Android, but I know on the iPhone you can download the podcast. Yes. Make sure you download it and give us 5 of those crisp stars. Thank you so much. Now, speaking of bad and bougie and cooking it up in the kitchen, we have to give a special shout out to Blue Apron, our sponsor for today's episode. So here's the deal. Blue Apron is the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. Their mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone, including me, because I'll get home tonight pretty late and I need my Blue Apron. Blue Apron achieves this by supporting a more sustainable food system, setting high standards for ingredients, and building a community of home chefs. Check this out. They have 150 local farms and fisheries and ranchers across the U.S. They can be delivered to 99% of the continental U.S.
Oh, wow.
That's great. So you have no excuse. What else? Because Blue Apron ships the exact amount of ingredients required for a recipe, there is no food waste. So we're actually doing our part in saving the country. What else? $10 a meal. Oh, here's the deal. So we're family now. Here's a fun fact.
Yeah.
Cooking together builds a strong family bond. Research shows that Blue Apron families cook nearly 3 times more often. So next week for our African American potluck, we'll use Blue Apron.
We'll do that.
Soul food edition.
We can make, no, I don't see soul food on the menu this week. Their upcoming meals, they have a cashew chicken stir fry, roasted pork with apple, walnut, and farro salad, a crispy barramundi with quinoa, some udon noodles, and miso with soft boiled eggs. I don't see soul food on the menu.
Not yet.
It's coming up. It's coming up.
You know, it's tough. I mean, because you can't really make a pot of greens in 30 minutes. I think this is like 30-minute or less kind of stuff. But, you know, we just want to make sure you guys know about Blue Apron. They support us, support them. It's affordable, it's flexible, it's easy, it's all guaranteed. And I want you guys, as soon as the episode is over, not right now, but as soon as our episode is over, make sure you go to blueapron.com to get your first 3 meals for free and with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/BHL. All right, you guys? So Blue Apron, Black Hollywood Live. Now let's get to the red tea. Or green tea.
Sweet
Green
tea.
tea.
Sweet tea? I swear I had it all
sweet.
transitioned in my head. Being Mary Jane. First of all, we leave off last week with Rhonda Sales dropping the mic like Kanye West and introducing Mary Jane's arch nemesis, Justin, what's his last name? He's light skinned.
Michael Ealy.
He's like
light-skinned
Michael
Justin.
Ealy is on the episode.
Exactly.
Do you find him attractive?
Yes.
Do you not?
You know-
What was that question?
Now I'm with you. Like, just because he got light eyes, don't mean he cute.
No, jawline.
Oh my God,
Have you
he's
guys
so
seen it?
sexy.
I'm not saying he's not. He's
that pretty
ugly.
smile.
Well, his attitude on this show is
His
making me not like him at all.
Lord.
Always coming from Mary
Bless
Jane.
you guys' hearts for that opinion.
I didn't say he was ugly. I just said I'm not automatically swayed by the light eyes.
The way he's playing it in this show, it's not seeming too attractive to me.
Sips tea. So, I didn't know this, but PJ, first of all, PJ done grown.
He all grown up.
Golly.
Right?
Remember last season, PJ had just graduated from school, honey. PJ got a little mustache, honey.
Some
My
money.
God, they got a tailored suit. Was it Armani? PJ, you better stop.
Getting his life.
So MJ rolls up on PJ at this $15 million penthouse Manhattan apartment.
Cool, 15 mil.
A good 15 mil, but we've discovered that MJ is itching to find a place to live.
Right.
Have you guys been to New York?
I lived
Yes.
in New York for 7 years.
Oh.
Really?
That's where I'm from.
Now, did you have the $15 million apartment? Did you settle for the 10?
See, yeah, I went for the 10 because, you know, I wanted to feel like I was one of the people.
right.
You know, I like to live amongst the people.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Very diplomatic answer. very diplomatic answer. So we find out that Kara's kind of feeling the pressure from Justin with his office politics. So have you guys ever been in a situation where there's the new guy and he's trying to like do the bromance thing? He's getting all the love.
Yes.
Super annoying.
I know you're new, you're trying to fit in, but I mean, y'all think it's fake?
I don't think I've experienced that before.
I think
I'm
I
sorry
have.
for guys, though.
Yeah, I feel like because guys, you know, they automatically use sports as a way to connect, and that is not my strong suit. But once you start talking about pop culture, now that's where,
Yes.
you know. And guys pretend like they don't know stuff about pop culture, but they do. They're
They
watching
do.
it.
That's why I'm a call hall, and that's when sports and pop culture collide.
Put it in
See, because
there.
I realize people like a little bit of both. So they have the story meeting about you know different story segments and whatnot. And there's a young lady, I believe her name is Natalie, and she wants to talk about social media. Okay,
That's hot.
I guess
For the millennials.
I mean, yeah.
But here's my question. This is Good Day. What is it called? Good
USA.
Day. Good
Day USA.
Okay, whatever it's called. I love the Today Show. I used to love Good Morning America, but you know, in my mid to late 20s, okay, I don't watch those things as much anymore.
Right.
I'm on my phone.
Right.
Why are they worried about ratings from millennials?
I mean, I think
We're
that's
working.
That's where it's at. I mean, the millennials are driving so many, sales and marketing, and that's what advertisers are looking for. But what I loved was the name of the app. Like, it was Watagwan. Like,
Which is
I was like, is that a Jamaican Watagwan?
I was like, what's the joke here? I don't get.
I
why
was like,
they
or
do
is
that.
it like an Asian thing? I wasn't sure, but I like that.
I
name.
did like
That was
that.
very creative.
Now, Kara brings up a really heavy topic, and as soon as they discover that MJ has an interest in covering that topic, Justin
down.
becomes a hater.
Shade.
Yes.
Just shade room. All
But
the
you know
way.
what? It's kind of a compliment. Like, have you ever experienced a situation where somebody knows you're too smart,
Right.
and then they try to like
Knock you down.
shift your responsibility because they know you're too smart, and you'll
Yeah.
probably just like blow it out of the water because you're just too smart. I actually would have like smirked, but I think MJ was really in her feelings. I don't know. See, this is the thing. MJ's got to toughen up.
She
But
does.
he's throwing her all off. She didn't expect him to be there. She don't
Right.
really know what his mission is, but she thinks he's there to attack her, so she's a little off her game.
Well, he's made it very clear that he's there to stop her in her tracks. Like, he's just always on her and does not want her to succeed at all.
Well, he doesn't like her interview style, and basically, I don't know. There's so many moments in this episode, and just overall, where I'm like, does this really happen in the newsroom?
I think
I
so.
wonder. I
Probably.
honestly feel like it's an accurate depiction. I don't know, but
Right.
it seems very accurate.
Yeah.
For like the studio head and one of the producers to gang up on her and say, we don't like your interview style. You hired her.
Right.
Right.
Y'all didn't know her interview style months ago, but then they throw it in her face. Oh, we saw what you did to that white woman, and you ambushed her, and blah, 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 blah.
And they brought that footage back up. That was
Thank
wrong.
you. No, and
Justin did that.
Yes, and
Wrong.
Garrett said, let me have him come in here and explain it. Like,
Shady.
Garrett, you know what he said? Really? I'm not gonna. I don't want to get in the middle of this. Let him explain. Like,
Gary has that evil look. He has those
yeah.
beady
Can't be
eyes. I
trusted.
don't like his
Right.
face.
And then one minute he's like nice, and then next he's mean, and then he's on Mary Jane's side one minute, and then he's on
on
like
Rhonda.
he's just
Yeah.
a flip flop.
Yeah.
He's all over the
He
place.
can't make up his mind because he's trying to save his job too.
Yeah.
True that.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know who he looks like? Do you guys remember the show The Hills?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who?
Spencer Pratt.
Oh, no.
I swear I thought Garrett was Spencer Pratt. I was like, damn, are they really gonna bust out all the washed up reality
That
stars?
is-
Spencer, you know what? People need to work.
Were you waiting for Heidi to pop out too?
Oh,
I was.
Okay,
gosh.
that's
I was.
Reality
BET.
stars- Oh my god.
We got you. We got you. So let's talk about MJ and her boo Lee hanging out in her hotel.
yeah.
Okay.
He's very comfortable.
Very
His show
comfortable.
is getting comfortable. I wonder if he left a toothbrush.
Right. I'm actually really surprised that Mary Jane did not go off on him because she was clearly trying to work and he's over there stirring his tea,
Right.
watching the reality show. Like,
Doing
Well, how long
way too
has
much.
this relationship been going on? It's like 2 weeks now.
that's my question.
Like, how long
Y'all
has this
talking about
been?
moving in together?
Have we seen his apartment? I think we've seen his apartment.
Did we?
I don't.
We seen the comedy club,
Think
so I just
so.
We
assumed
saw
he-
the okay. Let's take a rewind in time because I feel like they spend a lot of time in her place.
Yes.
Definitely.
And I kind of thought like this whole conversation about who's living where.
Yeah.
When it started to progress there, I just knew he was gonna be like, we should live together.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen his
have
place.
not.
We haven't. I thought he was gonna push it more too.
Yeah.
And he hasn't, so that was a surprise.
And did we really know how successful Lee is?
Well, that's what I was hoping when they went to
Right.
look at the apartments. I
Right.
thought suddenly Lee was going to be like, "I've got this for you.
Yes, yes.
I'll be
That would've
covering this
been-
for us." But
Yeah.
My
that
whole
was a
thing
dream.
is Lee could. I mean, he's an entertainment. It's not like he's a Wall Street banker. If he
Right.
was big time, you know about him.
Right.
That's very
Yeah.
true.
You know what I mean?
Especially a
So-
comedian.
But maybe he's big overseas.
That's what he said, that he made it overseas in Europe and he's trying to make it here in
in the
America.
bigger market.
But didn't Kish just Google him to just
That's what
see?
I was gonna say. We have the
Right.
internet.
How popular are you?
If you're big, you're big on the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think of an international superstar, somebody who's not from here.
Not from here.
Drake.
Okay.
Drake is from Canada.
Yeah.
He's in Canada a lot, but he's still big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like I feel like it would be an English
Yeah,
star.
like that singer Cheryl. She hosts on one of the American Idol type shows. I forgot her name.
I don't know.
I can't remember her name, but she's petite. She's a singer and very popular over there. She was with like a girl group, kind of like a Destiny's Child type group. Then she started hosting, and I think she's actually pregnant right now. I can't remember her name, but she's someone that we don't really know. Look, it's so much so that I can't remember her name.
Right.
She's probably broke. Just like Lee. Lee's probably broke.
Lee probably is broke.
I promise you, he's probably broke, you guys.
Plus, he got the child support payments.
Then he's so concerned, like, well, we can't have this conversation until you meet my kids. But then, like, he seemed like he was kind of
Why do
for
I
it.
want to meet your damn
But
kids? I can't
not-
feed
Where's the
them.
picture of the kids?
How
You got
long
Blue
have they been
Apron, you
together?
can.
That's what I'm trying to
Feed your kids with Blue Apron. A family that cooks together stays together.
Oh,
You guys, this podcast is going there tonight. Let's talk about this hot muy caliente baseball player. Baseball. Orlando. Can you guys roll your R's? Orlando. Okay. So I'm the sports guru here, if I can call myself that. He is right there at the cusp of needing to figure out the next step of his career.
Right.
So he's trying to set himself up in the media. And he is just so damn cute.
I mean, when he
And
took
he
off
knows he is.
that jersey, I was like, hey, Orlando. Hola, ¿cómo está?
So we get introduced to Orlando. Him and Kara have a pretty nice conversation a little bit later. We'll get into that. So let's talk about MJ wanting to engage and interview this hood rat named Cardi. No. So Cardi B. So here's the deal.
B.
First of all, I don't watch reality TV. But what I've heard about Cardi B is like she's ratchet, she's out of control. But I think she's actually a smart businesswoman.
Oh, she
Yes.
is.
Totally.
I mean, she went from stripper to being on Being Mary
Hello.
Jane.
Cardi B is a
Right.
stripper.
She's good. She was a
She
stripper.
was, and she had no shame.
That's why
about it.
MJ pulled out that stripper pole statement that it actually applied to Cardi B. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is a real double bird.
And also the
damn.
fact that they kept her role close to her true personality, so it
Hilarious.
wasn't much of a stretch.
Yeah.
But she still killed it.
Definitely,
killed
because she was like, I know this person.
Right.
This is me. This is who I am.
Can I just go back in time just 1 second? Lee loves the show that
Yes.
Cardi B's
Yes.
character Mercedes is on. Was it Family Brawl?
Family
Yeah, brawlers.
Yeah, Family Brawlers. And he said something really interesting. He was like, well, this is like my master's degree in American culture. Do you realize how stupid we look to the rest of the world?
Yeah, I think about that all the time, though.
Well, I will say I have a friend that lives in London, and he grew up in the States, but he lives in London full time now, and he loves watching Love and Hip Hop. Like that is his, and he's a doctor.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
so
went
he's
to medical school.
yes, intelligent young man. Hello, Dami. Shout out. But he loves Love and Hip Hop, so.
Does he think that's real
happens.
life? Does he think we're really
I
like
think it's a
that?
guilty pleasure.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
it's an
entertaining.
escape. Yeah.
If that's the case, cool. But I just worry that people from abroad think that that's really how we are
I mean,
here.
they might.
I mean, we got other issues here that make people think that we're not doing too well.
Exactly.
Well, I live here in LA, and as I drive around the city, sometimes I really do think that what I see on reality TV is life, because most of the people around here are so damn ignorant.
Yeah.
But so here's the deal. They have this idea to do this Mercedes interview, but they haven't figured out how to get the rest of the gang to buy into it. So Kara, see, here's the thing. Kara always has MJ's back. Even when,
All
even
day,
when she
every
lets
day.
her down,
Smart.
Kara
She-
always picks it up.
Yeah.
And
I know
throws
where to
her
go
the
from
alley-oop.
here.
But do you think that's the mama in her? You know, she's a mom. So
That's a
she's
good
kind
point.
of like a caretaker no matter what.
Yeah.
Like MJ is her baby. She brought her from Atlanta, so she picked her up, like you said, and brought her to New York with her. So I feel like she's always like taking care of her. Plus, MJ doesn't have any family in New York now, so maybe she even feels more responsible for her.
Very true.
Yeah, I could see that motherly instinct probably coming in because of the fact that she's had kids. And you two are the relationship experts.
Yes, yes.
So just so you
All of
guys
a sudden
know,
now.
I'm not a relationship expert, okay? I would say I'm privy and savvy in business, okay, and comedy. In sports, I don't do relationships. So I'll leave it to you two on
Oh,
that one.
Lord.
I've had a lot of tragic situations that I've learned from, so I can
learned
share.
from. Yeah.
Well, I happen to Cupid. They were successful for a few years.
Paris, you're married.
Ooh, let me
I
rub you
would
for
say
good
what
luck,
makes me an
girl.
expert is because I'm a Cupid. I can get people together.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, help a sister out.
Valentine's Day coming up, child.
Yep.
So Kara and Orlando have dinner. They get shot by Cupid's arrow. They have dinner. Now, here's the thing. Orlando is actually really smitten by Kara. Kara's got that sex appeal. But I've
does.
heard that anytime you need to get a man to do something, you got to play to the sex appeal.
Yes.
Even if it's business.
But you know what I
'Cause
found? Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I found that like she didn't played it only to her sex appeal. She was mean to him a little bit, and I think that's what he liked when he thought he killed it when he was doing the practicing with her, and she was like, "Nah, you could have done better, and I can do better." Like, I think his competitive side kicked in, and I think especially for athletes, not that I've dated any, but I think that's how you have to play the game with them to keep them interested.
Yeah, and I'm sure he hasn't really had any women tell him no or to see or to not be just, oh, you're perfect, you're this and that, and so she kept him interested.
She did. I'm excited to see what Orlando is going to do with the network. Their little test run on camera was tragic, but the tequila and the lucky jersey definitely helped.
Definitely.
We have MJ and her boo, Lee, in a cab. I don't know where they were supposed to be going, but they ended up at a sex shop. But once again, this whole conversation about living together comes up. And I just don't understand why. Why does Mary Jane always have to just go 17 steps ahead?
Full speed ahead. Why?
I think sometimes her desperation peeks through. She's a smart, successful woman with so much going on, but at the same time, there are things that she hasn't accomplished, and sometimes they rear their ugly head. And fortunately, Lee has, been very patient with that. Surprisingly,
so patient.
Yeah,
He keeps saying, "You haven't met my kids, girl. Why would I want to live with you?"
Yeah.
But it just came out of nowhere. Well, we find out at the end that, she's worried about turning 40. And we all know she wants to find love, of course. And she has this man who is still with her, putting up with everything.
All the craziness.
Thank you. He's still there, even with all the craziness. So she's let me keep this man.
Did you guys think, because when they first started talking about living situations, they started talking about how New York is so expensive.
Yes,
so
it
at
is.
first I thought, well, maybe they're trying to split the rent.
That's what I thought.
I said,
Because
Lee
Lord
can
knows
do
I didn't
that?
drop that here before. Like,
Yeah.
like I could get the rent and you could do the utilities.
Hello.
Because I sure do hate paying Time Warner Cable. I am so sick of
Spectrum
y'all.
now.
Spectrum now.
Spectrum.
I pay them late and I still call them Time Warner Cable. I don't do Spectrum. I'm so tired of paying $170 a month. Golly. But yes, so they discuss living together, kind of, sort of, and Lee takes her out of her comfort zone and takes her to a sex store. Now let's just get into it.
Okay. We're there.
Let's
We're
get
in the shop.
into it. What is we find out what Lee's preference
First of
is.
all, what the hell was that little thing that
With
they
the
were
balls?
wiggling?
The anal beads.
Those are anal beads.
Oh, those are anal beads.
Yeah.
Clearly, I haven't used anal beads.
Yeah.
So what? You put it in your butt?
And, yeah.
Well,
then
that
you pull
we
it
can putting
out.
us on the spot. Like, we are the anal bead experts.
You're married.
I am no anal bead expert. No, thank you.
I thought everybody who was married and tried anal beads.
Oh no,
That's a
I
requirement.
learned from 50 Shades of Grey. That's where I learned.
Yeah.
My
Thank
mom
you.
loves that book. It was
good.
It's very informative.
Very much so.
It's a
So
lot.
those were anal beads.
Yes.
And Mary Jane told Lee that they were for him.
Right.
He was like,
And
not my
he was
jam.
like, that's not my jam. But then we find out
Butts.
he likes
Literally.
fingers in his butt.
Not fingers. He said one
One.
finger.
And he waved it
I like-
around,
I like
and I
this.
didn't like that.
Just
I
the
did it
tip.
like-
Just the tip.
And Mary Jane.
That is so nasty to me. Like, I told you this is going to be a 5-minute break off because this whole finger in the booty, I don't like. It's cool, but I just don't understand why you would prefer a finger over this silicone-based, apparatus
fingers
that you could
small.
clean. But like, I'm cooking you Blue Apron with my fingers that have been all up in your butt.
And the scene was so awkward because she was like, what do I do with this now?
But you know what?
He's
Why
like,
it was awkward?
no.
Because that's the unofficial test to see if they like that type of activity too much. Maybe they, are open to lots of other things. So
So if you guys did not see the scene, they went back to their hotel and had sex, and Mary Jane inserted her finger into his behind, and he enjoyed it. Did you see his
sure
face?
did.
But he
sure
seemed a little
did.
uncomfortable, I thought, because she seemed like a finger virgin, so she didn't really know
Well, she
what
was
to
uncomfortable.
I feel like he was
She
enjoying
didn't clip
it.
her nails.
do. I'm
Oh,
sure
Lord.
that
And these nails these women are wearing these days.
hello stiletto nail. Can't do no stiletto nails with that.
Oh my God.
Oh, but then the stinky butt the next day, the stinky finger the next day.
I don't like the
Kara,
word
I'm
stink.
like-
Not funny.
No, we don't need to
No,
discuss
MJ.
that finger
The
anymore.
word stink alone just makes me disgusted.
Right.
So when she said it, I kind of dry heaved a little bit.
Oh my God.
So I'm gonna move on from the fingers in the butt.
We had our moment.
But I just, it's such a hot topic.
It had to
right
be
now.
addressed.
It is.
Such a
I mean,
hot topic.
people are doing it.
You know, we had
Socially
Amber
relevant issue.
Rose call out Kanye for enjoying that.
Yes, yes.
You know, I'm just hearing it so much. But if anybody asks me to put my digits, okay. So Justin and MJ have a little conversation about the questions that she's going to ask to Mercedes.
Right.
Mary Jane's thinking, okay, you guys suckered, well, I suckered you, but you thought you were suckering me, and now we're back here at square one. But anyways, MJ wanted to do like a humanizing piece for Mercedes, and what's his name, Justin?
Yeah.
Justin comes off like a hater, like, you got to do my questions.
The way he shut her down, he was like, no, read them. That was rude.
Yeah, that was
Either
rude.
do it or you're off the segment. Oh.
Calm down, Justin.
So we get into the lovely interview with Miss Cardi B. First of all, she had this entourage.
Loved it.
They were the swimsuit models.
I know, but like they came
it
in
was
with this
too
entourage.
funny.
But I was like, were these the other wives from the show or just
That's
her
what
homies?
yeah.
I wasn't sure.
I
They
didn't,
were
I didn't catch all that.
Wearing her lingerie.
But I feel like she, like, I knew she was ratchet and I knew she was hood, but I feel like she turned on another level
did.
of it.
It was
Yeah.
different.
And for the interview?
It was
Yeah,
different.
it was unnecessary.
It was funny though.
I enjoyed it.
She came for Mary
But-
Jane all the way.
She called her out and she said that you were too old to be interviewing her.
And that's just wrong.
Someone younger.
But isn't that crazy? Because MJ is considered to be the young, fresh face at Good Morning
Right.
USA, and Ron Sales is the
Yeah.
old, washed-up hag, the devil. But Cardi B is like, you're too old and too white.
And too white.
And too white. So when MJ tries to wrap up the show, she's there. I'm just like, MJ, you're out of there. Cut. And then
yeah.
she just goes smooth off the hinges. Can you blame her, though?
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
She's a
too.
professional.
and
She's been doing this. She's got to prepare for these type of situations. So.
And she's new. Like, this is your professional reputation on the line. Like,
And
she
you
has
asked for
Justin
this.
there. She has Justin there.
Right.
She should really, like, you know what? This is what they want. They want me to blow up, and I'm going to show them that I'm better.
that I have class.
I agree. I feel like so many times we see situations where MJ has to show that she's better than someone, and this was one of those situations. But if you noticed in the episode, we saw MJ in flats when she went to look at the apartment. We saw her in sneakers, and she said the word wavy. And I was like, aren't you hip and happening now? So I feel like she's kind of showing that she can be cool. I didn't even peep that.
She's trying to stay hip. and
Yeah,
young.
so she too, she's kind of, on the line, on the fence of cool and being professional.
Right.
So to see this interaction with Cardi B was very interesting.
MJ said wavy?
She
New
said
York got
She
wavy.
did
her.
it in the apartment.
It's the New York life.
And dope. She also said dope.
She did. I felt uncomfortable.
I did too. I was like, no,
I was like,
don't
oh,
say
yeah.
that.
You know what? I have to catch myself. I was in a meeting today at work, and I'm in a very corporate situation, and I said dope. And I was like, fuck.
Do you work in like a marketing situation where it can, it can work?
Kind of, sort of.
Okay, well then that's
Kinda, sorta.
fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
I
You did
said
good.
Dope is hip.
I said something like, yo, and I have to tell these guys, like, it would be dope if they did this. And they were like, why are you so aggressive right now?
Because it was so dope.
I was just so tired. I couldn't even turn it on and off. So, and with that, Mercedes has this meltdown in the back. MJ goes and approaches her, and they have a little altercation. And Mercedes basically calls her out and says, "You are a black girl trying to be white." Da 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 da. And it brings up a really interesting conversation. It's like this whole code switching thing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just can't do it.
Yeah.
Like today, I just had to say dope. MJ just had to go off the hinges. Do you guys?
Like, you're forced to act a certain way.
But this is the first time, in my opinion, that MJ's had to code switch.
Let's think. Well, I can't remember another time that she's done it, but the fact that it was another black person calling her, saying that she was acting white. Have you guys ever been in a situation like that?
Yes.
And it kind of is like, no, I'm cool too. I'm hip.
Right.
I'm wavy, right?
She's acting
Give me some
professional.
depth.
Just because I'm not ratchet doesn't
Exactly.
mean I'm not black.
So
okay?
it's like, I feel like it. I love the fact that they showed in real life. You do have to figure out a way to communicate with all types of black people and let them know. Listen, yes, I may speak this way, but I can also conduct myself in another way as well.
She said, "Speak this way, not talk this way." Because sometimes we teeter and we say talk this way, but it's technically speak.
See,
You educate, huh?
But Mary Jane actually came out on top. Like, even though it went viral, someone was videotaping her.
Here's
let's
what
talk
I
about
didn't
it.
I didn't understand. I thought the segment went viral,
no.
but the backstage piece
Yes.
went
Yes.
viral.
Yeah,
Because the homies,
because they were
Because they were
filming it.
taping it.
exactly,
Yeah.
the models were.
So that's what I
Yeah.
did not catch. I thought people saw the segment from TV
And went
and
on.
that went viral.
I think if it had just been the segment, because she was so rude at the end,
Right.
then people would have been upset. But after they saw, because they made up too,
Yeah.
it was like,
Right.
oh, I didn't know you were like this. You're cool.
Right.
So it's like, oh, Like, this is what Mary Jane is like.
We never see that in real life. Like when you see an online viral beef, it's like, man, I got way more bras than you. And oh man, I got way more Bentleys than you. But you never see them like make up.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see them make up.
Like my favorite new viral sensation, Cash Me Outside. How about that?
Cash Me Outside.
We don't know what's happened to her. Where are you now?
Where are you now?
Dear Internet, please catch me up. What are they talking about?
Right.
Where is she now?
This young lady who was on Dr. Phil, and she was, I don't know what the episode was about, but I think she was rude to her mother, and she was rude to the audience. She was rude to everyone. And she started talking back to the audience and saying to people, catch me outside, how about that? But the way she said it was, cash me outside, how about that?
Yeah, to Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
She also called the audience hoes, and Dr. Phil repeated it, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. He said, "So you're calling the audience a bunch of hoes?" It was the most amazing thing I've seen.
It's now a viral song.
I gotta go watch
part
this.
of pop culture. I love it.
You guys, I keep staying up late watching viral videos, and thank you for.
Yes.
You're welcome. Add it to the list.
Yes, that is on the list tonight. So let's get back to PJ and his mustache.
Okay, and his shirtlessness.
Had on no shirt.
Hello,
Right.
PJ.
He was getting a massage, though. Full
I thought
edge.
he was about to do it to the massage lady. That's what I thought was going to happen.
That older woman?
Did you?
I mean, I didn't know if PJ had a fetish. PJ used to get it in back in the day.
Young men like older women.
Hello. It happens.
Okay.
I thought PJ had some girl in there as well. But you know what I respect about PJ? He said, Mary Jane, I have too much going on. I cannot blow it.
He's mature now.
Why didn't Patrick get that gene?
Oh,
Patrick's trying.
He got Niecy in trouble with him all the time. Yeah, he got a lot going on.
And battling addiction. That can't be easy.
Right.
Recovery now. Yeah. But PJ, are we still going to see that this company he's working for is like not legit? Is that still
because
a thing?
we know that PJ has had a tendency to get involved in shady business.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see who this client is letting him stay in this
taking
$1
care of
apartment.
him.
Who is this?
I can't wait.
Maybe it's the Asian lady from last season.
Oh, his boss?
Wasn't there like some racketeering scheme?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking. It's still part of this.
It's a
Maybe he's still in
possibility.
trouble.
Yeah, it could be
Ooh, juicy.
Yeah, predictions.
MJ and Lee go check out a new apartment.
This is when she was wearing the flat boots I don't remember seeing her in flat boots.
And see, you picked up on the footwear, and I'm like,
I really did not.
love
I
her
didn't notice
fashions. I'm always looking at her fashions.
I didn't even catch it. Number one, I didn't like the apartment at all. Number one.
Really?
I mean, we just saw like that wooden staircase and the window. You know, MJ likes her windows,
Yeah,
the floor to ceiling.
the
So she's
views.
like, "Oh, this is me."
It looks cute to me.
Yeah, I thought it was
Tiny.
cute.
Well, not tiny, but
But
I think Lee wants something with character. Just total side note,
with
because
his
he's from
radiator.
London. Yeah, he's from London.
he wants
so
a
he wants
clunky
rustic.
radiator, and I know what he's talking about. That's not cute.
that's not Mary Jane's taste.
It also was a health concern for the children. He didn't want them to be, have to inhale the fumes from the central heat, which I thought, I was at a friend's house this weekend, and she refused to turn on the heat because she said it's not healthy for you.
Oh,
Yeah, so I didn't know what to
point to that.
think.
Okay, I thought about the
Yeah.
hot air blowing the vent. Like, where's it coming from?
It's your friend. That's your friend, so I don't want to be disrespectful.
I was cold.
I
in
was
the house
confused.
sometimes.
I was confused why Mary Jane is trying to buy a place.
Yeah, that's very permanent.
Right. I thought you just got there.
You just got there.
You want to rent?
You already in trouble at work.
Yep.
They already don't like you. Okay, Lee always trying to leave you.
No, she's trying to leave.
But he be coming back.
Lee's coming back.
My whole point is, ain't nothing about your life stable.
Permanent.
Why are you trying to buy anything? I thought she was gonna go rent.
yeah, she should. She should.
But was it because she wanted to show Lee that I'm in this and I want to build roots with you? Was that her?
I don't know.
Her
She's
subtle
in it
You
way?
guys are the
Already.
relationship experts. What is she doing?
I think that's what it was.
I think she's, like she said, she's almost 40. At 40-year-olds should have a home.
Yeah.
So I think she's just doing what she thinks 40-year-olds do.
And
I
I
just
think
wonder like how much time has passed because in the last episode she's like, no one said we were exclusive.
I know.
And now they're
You're right.
like,
She
oh,
messy.
we're living. And why don't you want to live with me? Leave. Get out.
but I think
Thinking
that's
they're broken up too.
right. I think we see that from her all the time. She flip-flops, like just like with Lee in the beginning. One minute she's like, let's get to bed, and then she's like, I don't know, you stay away from me. So she's always like hot and cold.
You know
She's
what
crazy.
I noticed about MJ? It's like who said it? She tells him to leave, and it's like, okay, now we're broken up.
Right.
It's so extreme.
So extreme.
You sleep with MJ, you have to be in love with her. You leave, we have to be done.
Right.
Like, damn, can you just like have an altercation, like have a disagreement?
Right.
I mean, but I will
Like, why
admit,
is it the end of the world?
I've done that before. I'll be like, oh, oh, okay, this how you go? Okay, goodbye.
done.
Good,
We're done.
good
You mean
day.
broken
to you.
up?
Broken up.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, this is a sign. It's a downward spiral.
Oh my God.
This is the end. This is I have
Get
begun
out.
to do that.
I just feel like
No,
she,
you cannot come back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I just feel like Lee is he's so good with communication. And like any other man would be like, you're crazy, goodbye.
Right.
But hello, you saw how she showed him her crazy, and he still came back.
And he still
though.
came back and he said, what are you talking about? We just had a fight. Like, it's fine.
He sure did come back. But before we discover that he comes back, MJ has struck another viral hit. So the Angry Black Woman was 2016, 2015, 2016. For 2017, the Ratchet outburst becomes the viral sensation.
Yeah.
Right.
But they bring up some really great topics. So Melissa Harris Perry,
Yeah.
Van Jones, a lot of African American political figures and television personalities want to talk to MJ about code switching. This is great. This is the platform that she needs.
Right.
But with all of that beauty and all that success now that's coming with being a viral hit, she essentially enters a demotion. Jarrett tells her that because of her popularity, she's going to be a web correspondent. Now, I would be jumping for joy.
Right.
I love my home here at AfterBuzz TV, Black Hollywood Live. It's mostly online, okay? It is very cool to interact with the world.
Right.
So I don't think it's a bad thing.
No. But I think
But going from on air to online, it's definitely a demotion.
Yeah, they're doing that on purpose to sabotage her. But do you think she's gonna flip it around and
Hell yeah.
make it her own?
Yeah.
She has the power of the internet.
Yeah.
Online is huge. Like, it may seem like a demotion because her whole career has been on air. It's a change, but that's where new media, social media, it's all online, so it's huge. Like, your
Right.
audience is big.
And that's
so.
what she wanted. And now that I think about it, she wanted to interview Mercedes because she was pulling from a different audience and doing something that she could kind of mold into her own thing. And so now with this web opportunity, she could possibly do the same thing. But I do see, she definitely felt it was a demotion, but they don't see the power of the interwebs.
But
like we
MJ is
do.
not a millennial. She's old school. So
Yeah.
for that generation, it's like it's so you want to be on TV.
Yeah.
The internet is so an undiscovered land.
Right.
She didn't even know about the app.
But
So
she knows the word wavy, so she's out. She's able
she's
to.
getting there.
Production-wise, something's not adding up, okay?
Well, I wonder, is Justin still going to be her senior producer for web correspondence?
And can she bring Kara with her to the web?
Yeah, like, what
world?
does Kara?
Does Kara
next
want
episode's
to?
gonna
Unanswered
be
questions,
juicy,
like, what?
juicy,
I know.
She's such a-
Juicy.
Yeah.
Look, now that she's a web hit, maybe she can come to BHL.
Hey.
We're on the web. Let's talk about MJ and Lee coming back together.
Yes.
Lee shows up at her apartment to watch Family Brawlers. Here's another reason why I think he is broke. He probably doesn't have cable.
Or maybe he's a cord cutter.
He doesn't
watches
have
everything
cable. I'm
online.
telling you, Lee lives in the back room of the comedy club. He doesn't have cable. He washes at Equinox. I've seen it. I've seen it.
He can't. Yeah.
And he doesn't have kids. I think he might not have kids. Where are the pictures of these kids? Where are the
Yeah.
stories about them?
They're out
show
on
her
dates
pictures?
and they never call.
Right.
I call my mom all the time, like, "Hey, girl, what's going on?"
Well, he said
Yes.
they're coming for spring break.
They could've
where
gone
are
to
we?
Spain.
And it's snowing, so we saw the snow outside, so it's winter, so
Yeah.
spring break is coming.
Okay.
I don't know.
Lee
But
lying.
I think there's something going to be weird with his ex-wife, or something has to be wrong with Lee.
Yeah.
Because he's too
It's
good
too
right
good.
now.
Yeah.
There has to be a flaw.
His ex-wife is probably like the daughter of a prime minister or like something really big time where she doesn't need his money and she's probably breading him out.
He's a kept
paying for
man. Lee
him?
is a kept man. You think he's trying to, move in on the low with MJ, then like just mooch off of her and then live off of her and just continue his comedy career?
I thought that the whole time.
Like
So,
maybe
but I don't think he's doing it to hurt her. I think he's doing it for survival.
Okay.
Whereas other people in MJ's life are trying to be malicious and hurt
Yeah,
her.
definitely.
That's the difference.
But I had hopes that MJ would finally have a good man standing by her side.
I
But
think
we
he really
don't- we
does
don't-
care
we don't.
about her. I just think there has to be something wrong
There's a
with
catch.
her.
Yeah.
Well, before we get too far into our predictions, I just want to bring up one last thing. Before Lee came over to her apartment, MJ's texting Kara about coming over and eating cake and wine. And then all of a sudden, Lee comes by and you forget about your homegirl. She does that all the time, and I'm sick of it. And
Never
I know
mind.
girls like that. As soon as you get a
Girl,
man,
that
you don't want
happens
to
all
call
the
me no more. And it's
time.
cool, girl. I see what you're doing.
Chilling with my boo.
I thought Kara was gonna be annoyed, but she's a good friend, so she was really happy for her.
And
but I would be
is.
like, you just kick me to the side like that.
But then
you know
Kara
what
had
it
her own
is?
visitor.
She wanted her cake.
Exactly, because what it boils down to is who can you make out with? You can't make out with your
Right.
girlfriend.
I'm not gonna
Can't make
cuddle.
out with the cake. You can't make out with the wine.
Right.
But you
Who
can.
said you can't make out with the wine?
Okay. Sometimes on those lonely nights. But
No judgment.
you know, when you want a hug and some TLC, Kara, you know, she can give her something, but it's not gonna be like what Lee can give her.
But Kara also got some TLC.
Exactly.
She sure
They
did.
both was
Orlando
like,
coming
bye,
over.
girl.
Right. They
See you
both
later.
had their men's, okay?
Everybody's creeping on this episode. So let's talk about predictions.
Yes.
You're new.
My prediction is
For
we're
next episode or just for this season in general?
I'm gonna say the season in general. Right now, PJ's looking good. He's living, you know, high on the hog, loving life. But something gonna happen to PJ because he ain't doing right. I know something's going wrong with PJ. And I hope what I love about the Lee relationship is that we see the balance between him being loving to her and also being firm with her. So hopefully, I hope he does have a place to live and he will continue to be a good man in her life. She deserves it.
Oh, well, I'm the exact opposite.
Paris, what you got to say?
I think it's about to crash and burn with
Oh,
Lee.
Paris.
And I think while Lee and MJ crash and burn, Lagos and Kara are going to become something actually good.
Oh,
I see that.
I see that.
I can
And
see
so
it.
that their dynamic is going to get a little bit messed up too.
And Lagos
I
has
hope
money.
so. I
And-
really like my prediction. It better happen.
Here's the thing: Lagos has money. He's got baseball
Yeah.
money. The
Sure
best
does.
money in sports is baseball money.
Yes.
Kara's gonna retire, honey. They're gonna move to Miami. She doesn't have to work. Okay.
It's okay, but you know what? Kara always sabotages something because she did have that good guy in Atlanta. She's power
kid?
hungry. She's work hungry.
Oh no, the tall, kind of goofy guy. He wasn't good. He was goofy.
But
she
he
hasn't
liked
had a
her
man
lot.
since.
So my prediction is opposite of you. I think that something like she's gonna mess up her relationship with Lagos. Like why? I'm surprised that happened so soon, and I think it's gonna mess up things like him trying to get a spot at Good Morning or Good
Day, USA.
Good Day, USA. And you know you gotta keep it professional.
So we got
I don't
Orlando
think-
Lagos being a user and then Lee being a user. Dang, none of these men acting right.
There has to be drama, y'all.
Justin's gonna get killed.
Far less.
by Cardi B, by
No.
Killed.
Killed. What type of
Just
show is
went all
this?
the way to the left.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Rhonda brought him in to do one damn job.
True.
Destroy Mary Jane. And it's all backfiring.
But didn't Rhonda say that she should be a web correspondent?
It's BS. You know you can't trust
You
Rhonda.
can't.
You know you can't trust Rhonda.
Rhonda.
Wait a minute. Do you think Justin and Mary Jane are gonna get together?
No.
Oh God.
No.
You know that that hate could turn into lust and passion.
When I
If
wouldn't
that
mind
happens,
that.
I really will bring you a peach cobbler because I don't see that happening at all. I think Lee is going to end up getting hit by a taxi cab driven by Rhonda.
Wait, now Lee is dying too? Justin and Lee are dying?
Oh, did I say Lee?
You said Justin at first.
Well, no,
You
I mean
just said
Justin,
Lee.
the light skinned one.
Okay, light-skinned Justin.
Justin is going to die.
He's gonna hit.
He's
by
going to
his
get
taxi.
murdered. And it's secretly going to be Rhonda's going to put on a ski mask
Okay.
and a black leather coat.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
a cat suit.
A cat suit with a cigarette on her lip. And she's going to get a taxi and she's going to hit him with the taxi and kill him.
Because he don't know how to
keep
do
it
what she
moving.
told him.
Because
Yeah.
he had one damn job.
You're right.
All crime dramas end like that. If somebody tells you to take somebody out and you don't do it,
Right.
you gotta die.
Okay.
That was
Justin's
crime
outta here.
drama.
I mean, we saw how Rhonda and her husband flipped that whole scandal situation, and that other light-skinned boy
Lord.
done went away. We
Right.
don't know where he
Which
is.
And
went
here's
away.
the thing. Michael Ealy is a very successful actor. I'm sure he has
Other
scripts
things to
every
do.
day.
True,
that
he's got a new baby.
He's got a new baby, so
Oh, I
he
didn't
can't
know
be a
that.
permanent fixture on the show anyway.
That's
just
true.
because of his schedule.
Yeah, he's very, very busy, but he's a delightful addition.
Delightful.
Yes.
I just
He's
know
gonna
that
be
his schedule's not going to allow him to stay on the full season. They got to get rid of him.
True.
So I predict he's going to die.
Okay.
I like it though.
Violently
see.
too.
By Rhonda.
By Rhonda. Well, we'll find out next week on Being Mary Jane on Black Hollywood Live. Now, in between now and next week, make sure you engage with us at Black Hollywood Live. Go on YouTube, leave some comments. Now, if you need to find me, you can find me when sports and pop culture collide at McCall Hall in the McCall Hall of Fame. Where can they find you guys?
You can find me on Twitter at Sarah Lioness and on Instagram, Sarah_Lioness.
You guys can find me on Instagram and Snapchat at Paris Rose. But snap me. I like those.
I don't snap enough, but you can find me at Tsahai. That's SayHiTSAHai.
Okay.
Justin's gonna die. We'll see you guys next week on Being Mary Jane.
At Planet Scipio, thank you for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.